Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in to my rookie walkthrough for the St. Patrick's Day Tournament 2021 edition. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the shots that I'll use, and we're going to talk about a few of the possible alternatives as well. You will notice on the right-hand side of the screen, I have the elevations posted for each of the shots that I'm making. Just do take note that that elevation is for the wind conditions that I'm playing, the club levels and the balls, and you will need to adjust accordingly. And also, as always, remember, you will need to play this course according to your clubs, your balls, and your skill level. I'm excited. I hope you are too. Let's get into it. Welcome to hole number 1 here of the Drumore Links course. This one is a par 4. Now, you do see me here with a Kingmaker. It's not absolutely necessary. I'm playing with 3 bars of topspin, 1 bar of left spin. And you see here, we're going to be adjusting this shot at 10% max. Now, again, it all comes down to the wind. We're going to say that over and over. On this hole here, I'm playing with a kind of a cross tailwind, which means 3 bars of topspin works out just fine. If you come up across headwind, first thing, you're going to have to use probably at least max topspin. So we always have to think about what is the end result, and the end result of this shot is right nicely up the fairway here. You see we're at about 317 yards. So from that distance up along there, I'm coming in with my backbone. 0% medium distance is going to be the adjustment. And I'm giving it 1.5 bars of topspin, 2 right spin, I thought is what we were going to use here. Yeah, you see this little glitch? You got to be really aware. See that ball guide is not sitting nicely, so I add a couple of bars of right spin so that we can come in around that glitch spot. There we go, and not have a bad day. So take note of that, and no matter the wind, you want to pay close attention. Top of the yellow there at the rough line, adjust nice and cleanly. This is a very well-known shot, but you definitely can play this hole from the right side as well. You can bounce it over if that's more your flavor. I wish you the very best of luck in this tournament. Let's get some booms. Hole number 2, this one's a kind of tough par 3 if you ask me. About 1 bar of left spin with the new spin values and about 2.5 bars of backspin here in this 3.8 wind, kind of cross tailwind. Now you see I'm looking around and looking around, trying to find a solid landing position. Ultimately here, I ended up basically with the right edge of the white ring, touching the rough on the right, just about touching, as you can see right there. And that ball guide being a little bit short, only with the level 8 backbone, I've got about 1.5 squares, green squares short with that ball guide. Don't forget to adjust this shot at 20% maximum distance. And, with a little bit of luck, remember this green slopes right to left, we'll get ourselves a drop. Hole number 3, we're talking par 5 time. Now, this one I've got a Titan ball and a quarterback. And ideally here, you're just going to give it about 3 bars of topspin with this 3.0 tailwind and about like 1 bar of overpower, 1 ring, 10-20% overpower, whatever you think here. Adjust that shot at 10% max. You want to get it up as close as you can to the end of this fairway without going into the rough. 325 yards there with this level 6 big dog. Now, you see I have a nice reach to this small pad. So what you want to do, give it maximum right spin, and we're going to give it about 1.2 bars of top spin. Now, the instinct here for me was to try to use curl, but as you will see with the outcome of this shot, that side spin to the right is definitely going to be enough to get us to the hole. I do miss this one ever so slightly, but I adjusted it at negative 10% or 10% uphill to have this reasonably close outcome. We're going to drop it when it counts in the tournament. Hole number 4 is a par 3 hole that I believe is a very good chance to get a drop. Now, you see me playing here in direct, strong headwind with a Goliath club, and I'm still giving this one about 1.3 bars of topspin. And we're looking to have that second bounce. You're going to look very carefully. That second bounce is just before the fringe. We have to back up just slightly, but you're going to see also I've got the top of the yellow ring here cutting into the rough quite a bit. If you have tailwind or you have crosswind, don't do that. Make sure just the top of the yellow ring is more than enough. And I actually do think for many players, the backbone club here would be an excellent play. Marlin ball, 20% medium or mid adjustment. And let's see if we can get this one to go. Hole number 5 is our second par 4 of the tournament. Now, this is a great drive if you have an APOC, some high-level clubs, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I got a Marlin ball here in an extra mile. I'm using max top spin, max right spin. That's 4.5 top for this shot. You could go a little bit more, not a big deal. 10% max on the adjustment. Now, I'm not using any curl here. We're literally just trying to go directly up and over this right fairway bunker, the big hazard there. Rolling it on down. Now, of course, you did see the very mild wind we played with here. If there is a stronger wind, we may need to adjust accordingly. Keep that in mind. Second shot here. We're coming in with the thorn, adjusting this one. Now, you'll see I'm at max, but I adjust the shot here at 0% mid, M-I-D, medium distance, and I'm not using any spin at all with this 6.1 cross tailwind red ring there, just cutting slightly with this level 3 thorn. I am leaving it just a tiny little bit short. This is one of those shots that I enjoyed in that tournament, and it worked out rather well. You can play this hole quite a few different ways. So there's also a little bit of a nice rough bump there. You see that big thick rough pad. Hey, play it how you like. I like to get it in the hole. Good luck. Hole number 6, lovely little par 5 here. I think this is our best chance of getting an albatross in this tournament. So I'm coming in now. You're going to see with a big topper and a Titan ball and giving it maximum topspin here. Now, unfortunately, in this example, I do have a little bit of a tailwind, so I'm not using any side spin, but we do need to take note that that fairway up there does slope a little bit from right to left. So I also use a little bit of overpower. You can use as much as you're comfortable with, but do take note how narrow it is up here. This first spot, no big deal, but right here, check this out. Ooh, skinny little bit there. So 10% max on the drive. Just get it as far down the fairway as you can. But if you want to play here with this nice little sniper rough bump, don't go too far because you want to keep yourself within range. But we stretch it out a little bit. You're going to see we're just about at maximum distance here. Now, you could argue you can play this like, I don't know, like 80-90% slider. Definitely, possibly, maybe a thing. 2 bars of left spin, and I'm using like 0.8 bars of top spin here, adjusting this shot at negative 10% or 10% uphill from that distance of a drive. And you see that red ring there? It is literally right on the rough line. So adjust that shot, and you're going to see here that I do miss just a little bit. I think the strength of that crosswind there was definitely a bit more than I was anticipating, but boy, oh boy, we're going to dial it in. Let's go on to the next hole. All right, so hole number 7, this one you can definitely play it 2 different ways. That rough you see just ahead of our landing position is very popular to play with the Goliath. It can be a little bit of an inconsistent landing position, so something to take note of. I'm playing here with a backbone and a Marlin, and I'm giving it no spin, and you see me adjusting this shot at 10% max. Now, I do wish that I had used a little bit of backspin here. I think that would have been a nice thing to do. And you see that we're going to miss here just a little bit off to, to the right-hand side. I wish I'd probably given this like 20 or 30% in that strong wind. We're going to check it out and play it accordingly. Good luck on all those par 3s. Okay, hole number 8. This is the last of the par 4s. I think many people would choose to play kind of a curl shot over to the right there. However, I had at the time only known to play this one to the left, and it is absolutely makeable. Max top, just a little bit of right spin here. It's not essential. You could actually play this just with straight top spin here, and maybe even with a big topper, because you do want to clear that little right side little outcropping in the left rough here. You're going to see what I mean. We do not want to touch it. So adjust that shot, 10% max, maximum top spin, that's for sure. This Quasar ball gives us a little bit of spin to work with, but not 100% necessarily. You could probably bring a navigator here and get away with it just fine. So we get a nice drive number there at 370 yards. We're going to take that in for our second shot here. Now, our second shot, we're going to be in short iron range. So I like to use the thorn. You can use whatever you like. There's obviously a rough bump there if you want to be a hornet hero, or a hornut, I guess. So yeah, 0% medium here, and you see how I've got the yellow ring touching the rough, and that ball guide was very, very close to the pin. So it all depends, the level of the club makes quite a bit of difference in how much ball guide, and having an idea of how you're going to line it up here though. So this one, in this wind, this is the way it worked for me. Let's go on to hole number 9. Hole number 9 here, and I'm showing you some tough times, okay? I'm showing you this par 5 with an extra mile level 5 and a marlin ball. So what you want to do here, we're going to give it maximum right spin, and just be very careful with how much top spin you use if you're driving to this little area here, because you do not want to go in the rough here. You will put yourself in a bad spot. So this one here, 2 top, 1 right. I adjust this shot at 10% mid or medium distance. And you see there, just a little bit of right curl. We could probably use max right curl with that low level extra mile anyway. Brings us out nice to the middle of the fairway. Now the problem with a conservative drive like that into a strong headwind with low level rookie clubs and balls is you got to use some overpower if you want to get where you're going. Now, this one here, I'm using maximum top spin, and as you can see with the elevation on the right, it's just max OP, baby. You know what I'm saying? There's no adjustment. It's just right straight into the wind. So we're just going to just fight it, try to get it up there, and see if we can't give ourselves something to work with. Now, if you had a tailwind there, if you had a Titan ball there, lots of different options, you could get yourself down here much easier. I'm not saying this is the way to play, but on a rookie account, you got a new one here. Gonna do what you have to do. So for the thorn shot here, I play this at 0% max, and we give this 4.5 bars of backspin. Now, I wouldn't have ended this video with this shot if it wasn't worth your time. So just know that if you have a low level bag, this is a good way to approach this hole. Bring that Titan ball though, definitely makes it a little bit easier to have that reach that you're going to need, and maybe not need to use so much overpower. But this is just going to go to show you can get that eagle if you play it smart, and many rookie players will struggle to eagle this hole, but we want to get the drop so we can get the big old banners. Good luck in the St. Patrick's Day tournament. Thank you so much for tuning in to my St. Patrick's Day tournament rookie walkthrough video. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, leave them in the comment section below. And please don't forget to subscribe now to Erelic Gaming so you don't miss out on any of my future content. Thank you so much for watching.